Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
All bangers for my members, y'all. All bangers for my members, y'all. Let's get it. All bangers for my members. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's finish the story, man. We are now on chapter 25. Crazy, man. Y'all know how the jail is, man. But after the last situation, man, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, kind of like, you know, Justin, my homeboy, like me and Justin was cool. Y'all know we was cool from the prior story. Like, after Justin left, and now my homeboy who just came in that I knew from the street, D, he has left, man. It kind of felt crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, because like, I kind of got used to back kicking it, reminiscing with D, and I used to be definitely used to always kicking it with Justin. So like, with both of them gone, man, it was kind of a little different, man. But like, the pod kind of like was like, it made things like much more like less tension in the pod when those two guys was gone. I ain't even gonna lie. Because when they was in there, it was just like a lot of tension. Y'all already know how Justin was carrying it. Then when D came in, you already know he wasn't having how Justin was carrying it. So it was bound for them to bump heads. It was definitely gonna happen, man. So when that got out the way, man, like it kind of made everything much more relaxing in the pod for dudes, man. And it's like around this time right here, like in February, man, 2002, is like, I'm kind of feeling like I supposed to already be gone from the jail, man. So like me and my family has been on it way like harder than we ever been on it, man, when it comes to finding out why I haven't been shipped to penitentiary yet. So I can remember my mom, and I had a friend that was actually calling Richmond. They used to call Richmond. It was somebody in the jail that gave me a number, which was like the clerk's office in Richmond or something like that. And my family started calling this number. And they used to say that the lady said that they're backed up. They're changing a lot of prisons. They're trying to open a new prison. And now that I think about it now, today, they're talking about opening up Sussex too. So it's kind of like they was like prolonging a lot of dudes that was in the jails that had to come to prison because they was working on moving people around in the prison system, and it was building new prisons. So like hearing that back then, I didn't understand that. Y'all already know that I didn't understand it. I wasn't trying to really hear that. I just kept telling my people to stay down on it. So like they stayed down on it to the point where they was calling the jail as well. So like, I think my mom called the jail so much, man. I can remember the sergeant lady came to talk to me one day, and she came to holler at me. She pulled me out, and she pulled me out in the hallway, and she told me straight up, like, you got to get your family to stop calling here because it's out of our hands. We don't know what's going on. You're not the only person in this jail that's supposed to be in prison already. So she was like, you just got to wait till your name is called. She tried to run it down. Some of the same stuff I've been hearing, y'all. I've been hearing some of the same things already. Like, she don't understand how it feels like to be in a place where I know I don't supposed to be anymore, man. It's like I felt like they was leaving me in there for something bad to happen, me to get more time, somebody to hurt me. Who knows? Like, it wasn't making sense to me that I was in the jail this long. So y'all can't be mad at me that there's a bunch of chapters because I've been in the jail forever. I was in there forever, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was a life in that joint, man. I grew up in that joint almost, man. Like from 18 to like almost a dub. Like I was in there, man. So like, just being in there that long was wild, man. So like we tried everything. We was trying everything, man. Like we was definitely trying to see how they can get me back to penitentiary. So meanwhile, with my lawyer, the lawyer that jerked me over, y'all know the count, man. Like he definitely did something that was janky or whatever he did. I don't know, man. I put myself in that predicament. I just felt like I didn't supposed to get 18 years. That's all I was saying. Like I knew I was going to prison, but I didn't supposed to go to prison for all that time, man. Like so, like we not now, and we in a situation like. Anybody that follow the stories, like the habeas corpus is dead. Like we still trying to find stuff. And now it's like my lawyer is missing in action again. Like he disappears and goes to Richmond because he was a delegate. So like a certain part of this around this time of the year, like December, January, February, he's in Richmond because he's a delegate. Now he just did us dirty by telling us he was going to file my habe, and he couldn't be the dude that filed the habe, and we found that information out. And now the habeas corpus has went past his deadline. So now we stuck. So we trying to get in contact just so he can straighten that he told us to do that. For when we get our next lawyer, we'll be able to get the habe back because this wasn't our fault. that we didn't have we didn't meet the deadline on the habeas corpus. So we trying to run my lawyer down. It was a lot of things around this time that we was trying to do, man. Like, it was definitely still hope alive. You know, my mom, she always made sure that I kept hope alive regardless, man. She gonna always tell me, you getting out. She gonna always tell me, like, it took a while for me to finally realize I wasn't getting out. But at the end of the day, those were the things that was going on, man. Like, I was focusing on that. It wasn't no goon activities going on in the block. It wasn't no maniacs in the block. It was like I'll probably say out of like 20 some people, like 20 people, it was probably like 15 old heads. And when I say old heads, dudes in their late 30s, dudes in their 40s, a couple in their 50s. Like, I'm not even in my 20s. So these dudes are really old heads to me. So like, that's what was in the pod. So like, they used to always see me, man. They used to give me motivation, man. And like, it used to be intriguing to a lot of those old heads that just coming into jail. They got a year to do. They coming in for this violation. They ain't really got no serious case. And then they get around me and they see that I already have my time and I have 18 years. You know what I mean? So the old head used to always just talk to me about it, man. He was one of those dudes that always talk, you know what I mean? Like, he was cool, like, you know what I mean? I guess like he knew people through his life that went to prison and all that. But he was one of those dudes that never been to prison. So he used to always holler at me, man. Me and him used to talk. He used to be like, man, look, man, just keep hope alive, keep fighting. You know what I mean? He used to give me the spirit of thinking that maybe I can get out early or whatever the case. But at the end of the day, man, like, that's just a fire that gets lit within yourself that you just have in your mind that maybe you have a chance to get out early, man. But I'm gonna let y'all know now, man, if you get in trouble and put yourself in a predicament, man, and you have to go to prison and you trying to get an appeal and all that, like, I'm letting y'all know now, I seen one person out of my whole 16 years beat an appeal. And like, and you get 3 appeals. After the 3 appeals is shot down, it's a wrap. So like, I seen a lot of that, man. So like, once you get in a bad spot, man, by going to prison, it's hard to get out that position, y'all. It's hard to get out that predicament. So like, be smart and make the right move out here, man, because dudes ain't getting out, man, early or none of that, man. You're going to do the time that the people give you. And that's a fact, man. So like the old head try to keep hope alive, try to holler at me, man. I'm just trying to deal with it, man. But like, you know, he had a couple of old heads crew that he used to rock with. And they didn't really used to do nothing like that. They used to just be chilling, like drinking coffee, you know what I mean, eating good, getting bellies in the jail. You know what I mean? Dudes coming to jail to get bellies because they ain't doing no exercise for real. Not of the old heads. They just in there drinking coffee, eating honey buns, eating swoles, and they skinny still with big bellies. Like, dudes is just in there getting bellied out, man. Pause, man. But like, they used to just chill. That's all they used to do, man. Like, old heads, they'll get up, they'll clean up, they kept the pod right. They'll make sure that the sink is clean, the shower is clean, and all they used to do, everybody in there besides me, because I wasn't really into it. Like, I remember my mom doing it. I'd been in a few blocks where it go down, but like, I wasn't a soap opera watcher. You know what I mean? Now, I knew what the soap operas were because my mom watched it. I grew up watching my family watch soap operas. I come from that era. You know what I mean? If you from my era, you grew up on your family members watching soap operas. We already know the particular times. Soon as the news go off in any state, basically where I was at, you know what I mean? 12:30 game, Young and the Restless coming on. 1 o'clock game, Bold and the Beautiful coming on. 1:30, 2 o'clock game, Days of Our Lives. 3 o'clock game, General Hospital. Like, it's like, I know the lineup because I've seen my family watching for years. So now I'm in the jail and I'm seeing that guys like to watch this too. So I wasn't thinking about no soap operas. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I kind of felt like it was in a way. And I know who the characters was and everything. I can name characters from each of those soap operas I just named. My mom watched them, but seeing dudes watch them just throughout my little time in the jail used to be crazy to me. So that's all the old heads used to like to do, just watch their little soap operas, chill and stay out the way. So when they used to come holler at me, right, one of the dudes they used to be with one of the old heads to holler, and he's like, man, like, for real, Weezy, man, like, we respect, man. You know, how you went against your, like, they was talking about the Justin and D joint, you know what I mean? It was like, that's why we was saying, like, you got to make sure everything's straight in here, kind of like what Justin used to do. You know, Justin just, he took it out of control, like, trying to make sure the block right. So you got to kind of like make sure we straight, like, cause you know, dudes gonna respect that you about to go to prison. I'm like, yo, listen, man, dudes, a lot of dudes ain't gonna care that I'm going to prison. Like, don't think just because I'm going to prison, I'm Captain America, like I have a Captain America shield or something. No, that's not the case, man. I was like, I'm just a young dude that just got a lot of time. I was like, man, I'm younger than all y'all. He was like, yeah, I know, but you tough though. He was like, you tough, man. You tough, man. He was like, the CO told me, man, you stay out and in and out the hole. He was like, you tough, man. And he was like, man, like, to be able to have 18 years and just be able to wake up every morning like I see you do, man, like you built for this job, man. I'm like, what job are you talking about? He was like, man, making sure the pod is right. He was like, it's a matter of time for they just start bringing riffraff through the jail And we still in here doing time, and they gonna bring some old wild dude in here. So we got your back. We got your back. But you know, like, you just gotta make sure you the ones that's the voice they speak. So I'm like, man, listen, man, like, I'm letting you know, I'm being honest with old head. I told him straight up. I said, man, look, I'm going through so much stuff right now. I said, man, I don't got time to protect nobody. He was like, no, I don't even saying you gotta, I don't need no, he kind of got fly. I don't need nobody to protect me. Ain't what I'm saying. Like, I just want you to be like the voice, like you, like how Justin was. I'm like, man, Justin was a psycho with this stuff, man. I'm like, look, man, I can be shipped any day. Yeah, then what y'all gonna do then? And he said, we gonna deal with it. But to then, we gotta make sure that you right. They be able to make sure we right. I'm like, look, man, I don't know, bro. Like, man, listen, I'm staying out the way, bro. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He was like, man, I know, man. Just think about it, though, man. He said, man, I told the guys I'll come talk to you. I looked over on the other side of the pod, like where the other bunk beds are at, like across from me. I seen a couple of old heads sitting in the bed looking like, they was sitting over there looking at me like. And I was like, oh, so they had a powwow about see if you can get Weezy to be the pod boss? Like, I'm going through all of this. And after the situation with Justin and D, man, on the last story, man, these people really want me to be the pod boss. How? I'm about to get shipped to penitentiary. Ain't even get it a minute now, man. Like, what are these dudes talking about, man? But as I sat there and looked at those old dudes, I ain't even gonna lie, like, I felt like they kind of really needed me, man. Like, pause. Like, the old dude was just like he didn't look at me, but I seen him. You could tell when somebody was just talking about you. And I know they wasn't talking about me in a bad way, because I done been in the block with these dudes, but like, I just see the old dude across the jump just like give me like the most pitiful look, man. Like, I'm just like, man, like, for real, man. Like, I told old, I was like, man, I'm gonna think about it, man. But like, I ain't with that though, man. Like, and I just told him I'm gonna think about it, because once I registered that real quick, I was already saying in my head, like, nah, I ain't getting in none of that, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that, y'all. So boom. Why would I, man? Like, that's a being dumb right there. I'm not that type of guy. That's never been my title, man. But like, dudes are just like, y'all don't understand how like the jails will have blocks like this. I done been in the blocks that was rough, the blocks with the young maniacs my age, the blocks with dudes older than me maniacs. I done been all through that jail. I done seen it all in that junk, man. But they'll have little blocks where dudes be extra ducked off and like this the situation, and you'll catch a maniac like me in there every blue moon, or somebody else like me that's like trying to stay ducked off as well. So this is the type of block that I'm in. Like, these dudes is like, they really don't, like, they already know what awaits them. You know what I mean? They already know it's going to be a situation. Like, that's a no-brainer, because somebody's going to move in the block, pin that it's not a lot of strong dudes in here, and try to take the joint over, because that's what dudes do in the jail, man. I know that sound like some stuff back when the Vikings was fighting, and you know what I mean? Back when they had swords and shields, like, that sound like some stuff they used to do back in that time, man. Move in somewhere to take it over. I'm going to take it over. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy, man, how the stuff is in jail, man. Like, you'll be shocked, man. You'll see somebody come in there and try to prove to be the toughest. So they already know that's what's about to happen. These people already know what's about to happen, but I can't get involved in all that. I ain't even gonna lie, I can't get involved in all this shit, man. So I lay it down. I go to sleep. I sleep through the whole day. You know what I mean? I wake up, it's nighttime. I see the old heads up. You know what I mean? They moving around, playing pinochle. They over here doing that. So I'm chilling. I see the dude that sleep next to me. He all right, me and him would kick it sometime, but I didn't really feel like talking. I went back to sleep for the rest of the night. I woke up, it was breakfast trays right there. I woke up, ate my breakfast tray, which was a pancake tray, and I went back to sleep again, man. I ain't feel like being around those old dudes and kicking it with them, man, and they thinking I'm the pod boss and none of that, man. I went back to sleep again, man. This time I wake up, I see it's a random maniac in the pod. Like, man, it's like right before lunch. So I wake up, take the joint on my eyes. See a huge back, kind of like a back bigger than my back. Pause, like he's sitting on the bench, though. Like it's, I just noticed a big turtle shell. Like, man, I'm looking, I'm like, get up. I see the dude next to me. I'm like, yo, niggas move somebody in? He was like, yeah. I was like, not a potential threat. Scanning one more time for the road. I was like, oh, for real? I was like, who was that? He was like, I don't know. He came in earlier. I was like, that's great. Here tonight. Get up. My flip-flops on. I'm like, hey, grab my toothbrush, toothpaste, go to the sink. Looking at him. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know who this guy is. Long story short, I don't know who this guy is, but when he got up from the bench, he wasn't a tall dude, like, but when he got up from the bench, I'll say he's like an inch taller than me, but he got up. And I just seen that back, bro. His back just grew, like when he came from that, like, I guess it was compressed. when he was sitting in the bench. When he came out of that joint, he was like, back out, super big. I was like, he turned around, he was like, the news was on. It was like 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? Everybody watching the news. You know what I mean? He gonna post up right here. He put his hands in his jump. He got his whole jumpsuit on. He put his hands in his jumpsuit like this. He got him like this, something like, he looking around. News go off. He was like, that man went to the TV and turned the joint. I'm looking, I'm like, turn that jump. I promise you, that jump was already on CBS. You know why? Because Young and the Restless was about to come on, y'all. The TV was already on CBS. That man said, I'm trying to watch the box. I'm trying to look at the box, man. Old head was like, old head got up because there was like 3 old heads right there. The other 2 ain't say nothing. They was like this. Their face was like this. They was like, one of the old heads was like, hey, man. Hey, we watch the stories in this pod. Yeah, we watched the stories in this pod. Yeah, Young, he was like, what, 12:30? Old head was like, yeah, man, come on, 12. Young and the Restless, man. He was like, man, no, I'm watching the box. Yeah. That's, y'all need to stop watching. Why y'all watching soap operas in here, man? Hey, y'all watching soap operas in here? It was like he was searching around. I'm brushing my teeth and I'm hearing him. I'm like, he was like, yeah, y'all watching soap operas in here. Nah, man, y'all don't need to be watching those soap operas, man. We just watch the box. He turned to the box. That's a video channel. Like a lot of jails had those back when I was coming into jail. But for real, this was around the time that they ain't even playing no rap music. This is like the early day. They got rap music on the jank, man. I promise you, man, the man turned to the box, man. The man got the freaking heavy metal. Like, they playing all type of stuff on the jump. So he got it playing. Everybody just like, I see the old head. So the old head like, I see old head get up, went to his bed. Oh, when he get up, they follow suit. They all went to their bed game. They also, boom. They couldn't believe what was going on. They was shocked. Because somebody just came in there and chunked from the Young and the Restless, man. I promise you, these dudes probably had like a good month of no trouble. And is that a good running in jail? Who knows, man? But in one of no trouble, dudes is sleeping better. They don't gotta wake up, worry about nothing. But now they move a random maniac into the block. So I see the dude, I finished brushing my teeth. He changed the channel, he watching that. He changed from the box. This man turned to Sally Jesse Raphael. He started watching this man started watching the Sally Raphael show. Promise y'all remember her. He started watching that joint. He looking at that joint. Everybody, I looking at the old heads on the bed. I'm like, this is crazy. So I walk up. I start watching the joint. So I'm looking at the joint. He right across from me a little bit. He like, he spot me. He said, hey, what's up, young? Where you from? You look familiar. I said, I'm from Norfolk. He was like, oh, nah. I thought you was from this neighborhood out here. I was like, for real? I was like, where you from? He told me his neighborhood out the beach. I was like, oh, nah. I'm from Norfolk, bro. He was like, man, you don't know that? I was like, nah, I ain't nothing but, you know what I mean, 19, I'm young, bro. He was like, oh, man, I thought you was, man, like in your 20s. I'm like, nah, I'm young. You know what I mean? He was like, man, you like it in here? I was like, man, he's all right, man, I'm chilling. I'm about to go to penitentiary. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah, I already got my time and everything. He was like, how much time you got? I was like, shh. Like, dudes always like asking that question, man. I was like, man, I got 18. He was like, shh, man, it's crazy. He was like, you be all right, though. You ain't got to do all the 18. You gonna do about 15. He was off about a year, but you know, he trying to give me a little hope to be a maniac. I was appreciating the little hope he threw me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's what's up, man. I was like, yo, you got the old heads, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. They watch them stories in here, man. Like, you know, I don't care about the Young and the Restless, but they watch the stories and stuff, man. He was like, man, fuck those stories. He was like, nah, hell no, every block I go to, I do this. Fuck that, that's how they brainwash us in this motherfucker. They want us sitting up in this jail, everybody all comfy and hunky-dory, watching the stories all day. Fuck that shit, man. That ain't what we doing. We watching sports and we watching goddamn talk shows. That's what the hell we doing. I said, so what's the difference between talk shows and soap operas, bro? They both is fucking drama. He said, you got a point, youngin'. But this is what I'm saying. As he talking, like, I'm noticing, like, I could tell he'd been to penitentiary before just because, like, he didn't have, like, his muscles didn't look like street muscles. Like, he was out there, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was working out. He was kind of like, he had, like, a little belly. You know what I mean? Then he was, like Diesel up here. You know what I mean? Like, his arms, everything. So, like, as we get to talking, he like, yeah, we do that. And I do that in penitentiary. You know what I mean? So that's when I knew I was right. He been in penitentiary. Yeah, where you was at? He started telling me, I'm like, how that joint is? He started telling me. He was like, yeah, bro, that's why I just came home. Da, da, da. He talking like he just came home. So I'm listening to him, man. Like, but for real, man, I get live wire out the dude, man. I get live wire out the dude, man. But we're going to call this dude Stacy, man. You know what I mean? Stacy just had live wire written all over him. Like, I'm talking about if it was live wire, it was written on his forehead. Because I can tell this is what he is. Like, you have people like this in the jail that don't care about nothing except crashing out. That's it. He done moved in our block that fast. He ain't even been in 24 hours in the block, and he done regulated the TV. Now, I don't care about the TV. Like, I'm past the TV. Like, I don't care. Like, long as the sports was always a lot. Like, I ain't run across no maniacs that try to regulate the TV and they don't watch sports. You know what I mean? That's when I would get involved. But he's regulating the TV to get rid of the soap opera game. I don't watch the soap opera game, y'all, so boom. I don't really care. To be honest with y'all, I don't really care. I told the old heads I wasn't a pod boss, man. I told them I wasn't a pod boss, man. So I guess the big dude, man, Stacy had to go to court or something like that because they came and grabbed him at night. So usually when they come grab you at night, you're going to court anyway. So he definitely went to court. So he left that night. The next day, he dip out. I promise y'all, I wake up. So a bunch of old heads, man. I promise you, man. I felt like I was in the village. I was the young up and coming king, and I was about to talk to the elders. That's what that joke felt like. I was about to have a whole conversation with the elders. I wake up, it's like 8, 9 old heads. Everybody up. They looking at me. I'm like, oh, what's up? Get up. Like, hey, we gotta talk to you, man. T. White, come back over here. Come to the corner. I scan the party. Maniac is gone. I'm like, I had to make sure I look around. Like, get up. I'm like, what's up? They all sit on the bed. They like, look, we gotta talk to you, man. He was like, look, man, we gotta get rid of this guy. Like, he's not gonna work in here, man. Like, that fast, he done made all our times hell. He was like, this is the white old head dude talking to me. Like, that fast, he done made all our times hell already. He hasn't even been in the block that long. He already fucking fucked up the stories, man. Like, that shit is the fucking continuance from Friday. I wanted to see what the Young and the Restless and Bold and Beautiful was gonna be about Monday. It's always good on Mondays. I'm like, damn, man. Like okay, like, I'm listening. Like, what do you want me to do? So he like, man, so we got to get rid of this guy, man. So like, man, come on, T. White. Old dude was like, look, man, like, you know, like, man, you got to understand. It was like, my old head was like, how much time T. White got? Dude was like, he got 18 years. Like, man, he was like, but he like to call it Peyton Manning, though. I'm like, shh, old head is tripping, man. I'm like, man, look, man, what my time got to do with this? My time don't have nothing to do with this, man. Like, what are y'all saying, man? Say what y'all saying. You're like, man, we saying, man, we want you to help us get this dude out of here, man. I said, what y'all ready to beat this dude up, man? He was like, we thought about that. We considered that. But now, we thought of something else if you don't want to help us. I'm like, so if I help y'all, what we gonna do? They was like, we're gonna try to help you, but you gotta beat them up and we gonna jump in. So I'm saying in my head, like, they want me to take them first. You know, I'm like, nah, man, pause. I'm like, nah. So I'm like, man, look, so I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna do. So I'm like, so if I don't help y'all, what y'all gonna do? Like, we're gonna write them out the block. It's like, we're gonna write them out the block. I'm like, man, come on, man, you can't write them out the block, man. Nah, man, you can't write them out the block. It was like, well, if you don't want to help us, we're gonna write you out the block. And I looked at the old head when he said that, man, because that threat felt so, like, y'all see what I'm dealing with, man? This is what I'm dealing with. I promise y'all, like, that threat felt so crazy. If you don't help us, we're going to write you out the block. Write me out the block? I had to really like I know he's a little, this dude was kind of senior citizen, 50 something. Like, I really like, my arm did like this. He was like, if you don't help us, we're going to write you out the block. My arm said, I felt the jump. You know how you jump sometimes? I was like, I was ready. I caught myself. I'm like, hey, look, man, keep me out of that, man. Keep me out of what y'all got going on. I ain't got nothing to do with that. He said, yeah, we're going to figure it out without you. You the one with all the time here and you acting scared. I said, acting scared? I said, man, I left from old head. I got away from the elders' corner. I got out of there. Got back to my side of the pod. I sat down on my bed and I said a prayer to myself, man. I promise y'all I did. And I told God, I said, man, God, look. I know times I get tested, man. I know you throw tests in my face. It's a time that I have to go through things that like it's like a test. This is like a test because these old dudes want me to fight their battle just because I got almost 20 years to do in prison. Like, this isn't fair to me, man. Like, what should I do? And I asked God, what should I do? I promise you, I asked him, what should I do? And he didn't give me like a clear answer. And what I visualized and what I thought to myself what to do was, man, is to stay out of that situation, man. Like, don't feed into the stuff these old heads doing. If they write me out the block, I'm gonna smack fire out that old head before I go. I promise you that. I'm gonna say, all right, see, I'm gonna pack up. I don't care if the CO right there watching everything. He dip off, it's over. If he's right there, it's over. If this man write me out the block, I'm gonna smack fire from his face, y'all. So boom. A little bit later on, Big Stacy come back. He used to walk like that. His shoulders swing crazy when he walked. Look. Come in the block. We'll get after you on the phone. White dude was like, went back to the TV. He was like, put his arms in his jumpsuit again. He was like, it's like 1:30. He was like, old heads watching Poland, a beautiful game. He said, that man turned the TV. I was like, this man turned the TV to PBS. This man turned the TV to PBS, man. I promise you, Sesame Street just went off game. He was wild. I said, I seen it. I'm like, I just kept on reading my book. I was like, I'm on the bed. I'm like, shh. This dude is psycho. I'm like, this dude is a whole psycho, man. He turned the jump. Old head, seen the old heads was like, I see the old head get up. He had his cup in his hand. Yeah, like, I guess that was his little sign of like, that's the only thing he could do that was tough. He was like, he was sitting on dude's bed looking at the TV. He was like, Stacy turned the TV, he got up. He was like he showed attitude in his get up. That's all old head can do is show attitude in his get up. Stacy was like, he gritted on his ass. I'm like, I see old head over there back where the elders be at, all the old heads in the block. They back there. I see them all gathered up. I see paperwork come from the old head top bunk. I see him pull the paper out. I don't know what it is, but it got to be a request form or informal, like whatever they use to write dudes out the block. That's what this is. So I see the jump. I'm looking at the jump, man. I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. I'm like, man, like for real though, like they try to get me, like I can't be the dude that help them, man. Like you in jail. You put yourself in jail. I don't care if you 50. You put yourself in jail. Just because I'm young, man, like. I don't want to be the pod boss, man. Y'all trying to make me the pod boss. I don't want to be the pod boss. So just because of your age, don't try to blame that on me. Like the whole time when Justin was there, they was already probably like, yeah, if Justin never leave, yeah, T. White gonna be the next candidate. No, that's not gonna happen, man. I'm not the next candidate, man. So I see all this that's going on, y'all. I see all this that's going on, and I'm like, man, for real, man. I'm like, man, I gotta do something about this, man. I had to, y'all, like. And I usually don't like team up with another maniac. You know what I mean? Like usually me and another maniac usually clash. And then later on down the line, we'll probably get all right. But like off the rip, me and him kind of like got all right. We wasn't cool, but we had decent little conversation. You know what I mean? He wasn't bothering nobody. He just was an ape in a jungle that he wanted to take over. And he took over the TV. I'm not battling him for the TV. So when he did that, it was like he showed who he was. So I'm like, man, like I told myself, I said, man, should I team up with a maniac? Should I put this maniac on to let him know that this is what's going on? I started weighing my options. Y'all. I started thinking like a maniac. And when you weigh your options and start thinking like a maniac thoughts come. I said, this is what I'm going to do. Walked out in the joint. I seen dude. Stacy was like, this nigga watching PBS. I said, yo. He was like, I said, man, well, you gonna get some time? You gonna be in here a while? He was like, yeah, I ain't got no bond. That's what that was just for. They ain't give me no bond. He said, I went in there. The judge was like, bond denied. As soon as I walked in the door, I was like, what? He didn't hear your lawyer out. He said, as soon as I walked in, the judge said, bond denied. I said, come on, bro, man. He was like, I ain't going nowhere. I said, man, all right. I said, look, man, when he told me that, I was like, for real, I need a maniac in here. that'll take the pressure off me. Like, I don't be getting into stuff, but having a maniac on your team in the block, it always works out. Because if I ever get crazy, the maniac gonna have my back. And if I need got somebody to have my back, I can make things happen. I can go crazy if it's a situation. So I said, man, like for real, I'm not with how the old heads think and move. I'm not. And this was messed up because I know they old heads, y'all. But at the same time, the way they was moving was grimy. And when you move grimy, man, your age goes out the window. And that's just a fact, man. I apologize for that. But I told the psycho, man, like, I had to, man. We got to team up, man. Like, he better off on my team than, you know what I mean, than going to the hole and I'm in there with the old heads, man. Like, I felt like that was a wrap. So I said, yo, bro, look. I said, look, man. I said, man, them old heads trying to write you out the block. He was like, what you want? I was like, them two in the back. I said, man, I was a couple of them that, you know what I mean? I was like, but for real though, bro, like, they just want to watch the stories, bro. Like, he was like, man, listen, I don't give a fuck about them watching the stories, man. He was like, but they not watching that shit every fucking day. This ain't no fucking schedule. They not at home. We gonna watch, everybody gonna fucking watch something. Fuck that shit. And I felt them with that because, like, you know, they really basically was like, yeah, we watch TV all the way to 3 o'clock. 12:30 to 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, bro, like, for real, them other ones, like, they just following suit. I was like, I was like, them two in the back ain't no good, though. You know what I mean? I was like, for real, though, like, the other ones, they just want, he was like, man, look, which one's for real? I was like, I mean, the two in the back. I was like, the one with the little fro. I was like, then, what? Goddamn it. He was like, all right. He walked away. He was like, he went back by his bunk. He was like, man, took the jumpsuit off. All you heard was blast coming out. Joe was like, yeah, one of them tight jumpsuit. That Joe was like, about that joint. That man looked like Mike Tyson in the legs. Pause. I was like, hell, this man looked like he was doing squats with Lou Ferrigno. I was like, man, Hogan leg ass nigga, man. This nigga got down, took the jump off. And he was like, hey, y'all can watch TV. He looked at the old heads, the ones I was talking about. He said, y'all can watch TV. Old heads was like, you done? He was like, yeah, y'all can watch TV. Two old heads got up. They went and stood by the TV. They was like, psh, 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 psh. They turned that shit back to goddamn Days of Our Lives. They was like, watching TV. But then Stacy was like, he walked past him. He was like, psh. He cut that bitch off. I was like, oh, this nigga sinister. He was like, psh. The old head was like, his face turned like, as soon as the old head face was like, man, Stacy was coming with a punch. He was like, man, it was like his face, like from him looking at the TV and then didn't even see the punch coming. He was like, cut the TV off. Oh, it was like, the punch was already coming. He was like, man, the punch was coming. Stacy hit him. Oh, man, he hit dude ass, man. Man, the shit didn't drop old head, but the shit stunned him. He was like, and as he backing up, Stacy grabbed. Oh, he threw him over here. He grabbed old head, the other one. Old head was like, no, I ain't do nothing, man. I ain't do nothing, man. Stacy was like, shut. Boom, he threw that nigga. That nigga flew through two of the bottom bumps. I know he hit his leg, like his thigh or something, man. When I saw, I was like, because it looked like he tried to throw him and hit the top, for his face can hit the top, but it's like the old head kind of like flew through two top or bottom bumps. He flew through the jumps. Old head hit the ground. Boom. We got both of them on the ground. He was like, yeah, where that? Yeah, the CEO's about to come in here in a while. Where they at? Where you trying to write me out? Where those request forms at? You want to write me out the block? That's what you trying to do. Oh, yeah, was like, man, I hate it. He was like, shut up. He kept jumping at him. He was like, shut up. You trying to write me out this damn block? That's what you trying to do? I look, oh, he was looking at me like, he gave me a quick growl as he was like, I read his brain. He was like, man, T. White, you piece of shit, motherfucker. I was like, nah, motherfucker, hell no. Hell no, you on your own. He was like, where that motherfucker? Oh, here was like the other one that was up. He wasn't even jumping at the other one yet. Oh, here was like, it's right here, man. We ain't gonna write you out, man. Look, what you want us to do, man? We can't beat you. He just went on, old head just went on and admitted it. He said, what you want us to do? We can't beat you. What do you want us to do? I was like, oh, shit. I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, damn. He was like, he got the papers. He was like, he looked at it, oh, it was like, man, he kicked that nigga with his left foot, like on some quick shit. He had the paper in his hand. Oh, yeah, like kind of picked, like, yo, you better not get up. Because he was jumping at him. He got the paper in his hand, he read the joint. He was like, I guess he got to the part where he was writing him out. He was like, And he gave that nigga a left kick to the chest. Oh, he was like, oh. He was like, motherfucker. Do that shit. He was like, look, motherfucker, you two get the fuck out the block. Tell the police y'all don't want to be in here no more. And any of you motherfucking soap opera watching motherfuckers, y'all want to be in here too. Y'all get the fuck out too. I was like, oh shit. Oh, he went to his bed, packed the shit fast. The other head packed the shit fast. He was like, who else want to get the fuck out? Because ain't no fucking soap operas in this bitch. Niggas was like, shit got quiet. See, white dude was like, white dude, I read his brain. His brain was like, fuck it. That nigga went and packed his shit. He went and packed his shit. He packed that shit. Niggas like 3 niggas packed that shit. The 2 old heads and the white dude, they packed their shit. Word, they went to the bars. See y'all, come. What the hell y'all want? We don't want to be in here no more. Why? Just cause, man. I just don't smell right in here. I'd rather go to the hole. All right, step out. You too? Old head looking like he ain't even really fuck old head up bad. Old head looking like. I was like, damn. They walked them niggas out, took them niggas out the jump. You know what I mean? They ain't telling dude. Man. Like, and I thought that's what they were. I thought they was gonna do that shit, man. But they didn't tell him Stacy. I couldn't believe that shit, man. But he got rid of them motherfuckers, man. He got rid of them old heads, man. He got rid of the old heads. Like, y'all always think it's the young niggas and the other niggas that be leaving. No, it be the old heads too. He got rid of the fucking old head, man. So now the other old heads in there, man. I promise you, one day I seen one of the old heads pull up on a nigga, man. Nigga would ask him nicely, man. Hey, look, man. I just want to watch Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful, man. They ain't nothing but an hour, man. Let me watch, you know. Old heads, man. Come on, man. Ain't nothing but an hour, you know. Let me watch Bold and Beautiful, man. That's my favorite show, man. Stacy was like, that's all you had to do. That's all. He was like a kind maniac, you know what I mean? That's word. A little bit after that, he pull up on me. He was like, yo, I ain't never thank you, man. Let me know. He said, dudes write me out the block all the time, man. I done been through it. I said, bro, I had to warn you, bro. He was like, look, man, you good. I was like, that's what's up. You know what I mean? So now I got a maniac on my team, y'all, but I survived another situation, man. I didn't go to the hole, man. I wasn't trying to be the pod boss. That's out, man. I cannot do that, man. You know what I mean? But like I say, now I have another maniac on my team. What? I'm still in the damn jail.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your